The asset model will allow you to design a dashboard or application in Axiom, and then link that data to a predefined asset from the Canary Historian View service. Once an asset has been applied to either a screen or a panel, then you can quickly toggle between assets, filling all of the information of the asset onto the predefined screen. Here's how you set it up.
Click on the screen, go to the Properties field, and then click on the Asset icon. The Add Asset menu comes up, which will look into your views for any existing asset models and display them. Select an asset, and then determine which asset within that asset you would like to link to the screen. In this case, we'll link the entire well. Finally, pick the default asset, well 1, and hit OK. Now, as I place controls on this screen, including an asset label, the controls will be linked to that default asset, in this case, well 1. For instance, a donut gauge and a linear gauge. When I select these controls and link a source tag to them, it's very important that I come not through the historian server view, but through the asset view itself. Pick the asset and link the tags from the same asset that I have associated the screen with by default. Once I have the data adjusted, I can add other controls, for instance, a trend graph. Again, when I choose tags for the trend graph, I want to come through the asset view and select my tags. So well 1 is now being represented on this screen. I now have a new icon in the top right hand corner, which is my asset icon, and this will allow me to choose other wells. That entire asset will now be loaded onto the screen. The data will update. As you can see, I'm now looking at well 2. And now I'll switch everything to well 5. Additionally, I can place other items like panels onto the screen and give them also asset properties. So in this case, we will pick one of the sub-assets of a well, a pump, and we'll default out of the 2 pumps to pump 1. And using a value box and an asset label, we'll demonstrate. Again, navigating through the asset to pump 1 on well 1, I'll bring in a vibration reading. And to demonstrate, I'll move back to well 1 and change from pump 1 to pump 2. So now this panel is linked to a specific sub-asset of the greater well asset. And if I move from well 1 to well 5, it'll now pick up pump 2 of well 5. Or I can toggle back to pump 1.